Hello, loves. It's Kat here from Self-Unity. Welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. I am so grateful to be here with you today, loves. Thank you for joining me. So if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. And if this is your first time tuning in to a Pick a Card reading, I will explain to you how this works. So I have 4 different pile selections here. And so you will intuitively choose which card or crystal or pile is speaking to your intuition, which one is calling you in. And then I will have timestamps listed down in the description box below or chapters on the video that you can click on, and it will take you directly to the beginning of your reading. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And I will share with you each of the cards and the crystals, give you like a closer look at each one. So that way, if you're really not sure, you can take a moment to really tune in with the energy that's being presented in each card or crystal pile. Okay, loves? So for today's Pick a Card reading, we are tuning in with the 4 elements. Now, I know that when we talk about the elements, a lot of the times we think we should tune into our astrology signs element, but Spirit's saying you do not have to do that. You can choose whichever element you are feeling most called to work with at this time, or whichever one is just kind of speaking to you, which pile or crystal you think is going to have the messages of guidance that you're most needing to hear at this time. If you are really torn though, you're really not sure which pile to choose and tune into, then you can definitely choose the element that is associated with your sun astrology sign, but it's completely up to you. All right, love, so let's go ahead and see what our pile choices are for today. And I know that these are out of order right here, but this is how I felt guided to set up the piles for today's reading. All right, loves. So we are going to start with pile 1. We have the fire element with desire. All right, and fire is also associated with this energy of passion and decision and movement and choice. Okay, love. So we have 37 fire element desire. And if you prefer to choose with a crystal, we have this gorgeous carnelian tumble stone here. I just like the patterns on this one here. It's got some like cool little agate patterns, little heart there. All right, so pile 1, you have the fire element. All right, pile 2, you are number 39 with the air element, communicating. Air element communication. So the air element is all about our thoughts, our way of expressing ourselves, connecting with the world around you, manifestation, visioning. Okay, visualizing things. This energy feels a little bit slower to come in. Okay, so this could also be connected to needing to have patience and surrender. Okay, and if you prefer to choose with a crystal pile 2, we have this gorgeous sodalite crystal here with some blue and white hues to kind of match the card there. So pile 2, you have the sodalite. All right, so pile 2, that's your choice, air element, communication, and sodalite. All right, so pile 3, we have the earth element, stability, number 38. So the earth element is associated with this energy of grounding, creating some type of foundation, really like asserting yourself too is what's coming through right now. This is also associated with abundance. It could be associated with the physical manifestation of something, where it's not so much so with the fire element with manifestation, it's more about like taking the action and doing the work, whereas the earth element is about actually receiving and grounding in the manifestation. Physical abundance, this could also be connected to finances and career. All right, so pile 3, if you prefer to choose with a crystal, this is actually not a crystal, this is petrified wood. All right, so I felt called to pull out the petrified wood for the earth element, as it is a piece of the earth, petrified form. All right, so pile 3, that is your choice, the earth element or the petrified wood. And pile 4, we have number 40 with the water element, sensing. So water element is connected with the energy of your emotions, your feelings, also the energy of flow. Okay, so I'm getting also the opposite energy where it's like it could be flowing, it could be a little bit stagnant, and you're needing to invite in that energy of flow. Also a little bit the energy of surrender. I'm also picking up on some throat chakra energy with the water element too. Because this is about expression, okay? We have air element with expression here, but this is about communication from the mind. The water element is about communication from the emotional stance. All right, so pile 4, you have water element, and let's see, your stone is this little beautiful Larimar stone. This is one of my favorite stones. Larimar, it has just the most gorgeous hues of blues. There's actually a little bit of greens right there, maybe hard to see, and the whites as well. And this stone is only found in one location in the world, the Dominican Republic, and it's just a beautiful stone. All right, so pile 4, that is your selection, the water element or the Larimar stone. So those are our choices for our readings today. So go ahead and take a moment and decide which pile, card, or crystal is calling you in. And then you can click on the timestamps in the description box down below or the chapters in the video, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome into your reading, loves. So if you selected pile 1, you chose the fire element, desire, or number 37, or this beautiful carnelian tumblestone. All right, love, so let's go ahead and dive right into your reading. So I'm going to set these over here, and we are going to start by pulling your tarot cards. So we are using the Light Seers Tarot today, so I'm just going to shuffle the deck a couple times. And while I'm shuffling the deck and pulling your cards, go ahead and take a moment to ask any questions just quietly to yourself, or set any intentions for anything that you're wanting to receive guidance on at this time, and trust that you will receive the answers in the divine's perfect timing. And in listening to this reading, listen to your intuition first and foremost, above all, in this reading and in life in general. There we go, we got your first tarot card there. And I also want to share with you, this is a public reading. We got the Ace of Pentacles popping out. This is a public reading, so just know that not everything that comes through today may resonate with you. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't force things to fit where they don't fit. We also have 15, the Devil, popping out and flipping over. And then there's your last tarot card. All right, so let's get into it. So right away, you have the Ace of Pentacles jumping out of the deck. And then you also have the Devil card jumping out of the deck, okay? And don't worry, we're going to talk a little bit about the fire element too. Spirit wants me to talk about that too. But let's see what your tarot cards are first. So we have the Four of Pentacles. And let's see what your last tarot card is here. We have the Fool. Wow, 2 cards signifying a new beginning, okay? But there is definitely some resistance here. And this is perfect paired with the fire element, because again, the fire element is about movement, it's about taking action, and we have the word desire here. So this is about a longing for something. There's some type of there's something connected with finances, because we've got 2 pentacles here. There's something connected with finances, your career, maybe a business idea, business opportunity that is it's also intertwined with a passion of yours. So there's something that you're deeply passionate about, that you're possibly wanting to make money in connection to. Okay, so this could be a dream of yours where it's something like a creative passion that you're wanting to pursue. But I do feel that there is some resistance here where you're holding your cards really close to yourself. You're not wanting to give a little in order to get a little. And so there is that energy here where Spirit's saying, like, you really need to allow yourself to relax into this. Like, I'm seeing such a tight, tense energy where you have built up a lot of, you've built up a lot of resistance around this, and it can be coming in many different ways. So one, I'm seeing like mental blocks where maybe you've convinced yourself that you are unable to pursue this passion, this dream of yours because of XYZ. Okay, you know what these things are that are blocking you, but I do feel that it's important for you to address these blocks that you have. So they could be mental blocks, conditioned beliefs, they could be emotional blocks, conditioned ways of feeling around this. And then there's also this energy of like judgment coming in, where you may be judging yourself based on things that you think others are going to be judging you on, or things that others may have judged you on in the past. Okay, but I feel that what's ultimately blocking you here is just this need to move into a space of taking action, but also to kind of relax yourself a little bit, where you have like this really tense energy around this passion, this dream, this idea, this pursuit that you're wanting to pursue, but you haven't allowed yourself to even give it a chance. It's like you're afraid that it may not work out, or there's fears around losing money. Okay, because we have the Two Pentacles here. There's fears around losing money. And so Spirit's saying for some of you, this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but for some of you, you know that you have to invest something. Maybe you have to invest actual like monetary means in order to flourish in this new passion, this new project, this new pursuit of yours. But you're not wanting to give that monetary means to this project, but you know that that's the next step that you need to take. Okay, so if you have already been in awareness around that, this is your sign to give a little so you can receive more abundance. Okay. Money likes to circulate. Money likes to circulate. That is the purpose of money, is to give and to take it, to give and to take it, to receive it, to give it, to receive it, to give it. That is literally the purpose of money. It is an exchange of value. Okay, somebody needs to hear that. And so for some of you, you need to give a little so you can gain more. Okay, and then another message that was coming through around this, is time. So an investment of your time too. Some of you are not taking action on this. You're not investing your time. Okay. You may be coming up with all the excuses where you just are too tired. You just don't have time. You've got children, you've got the dog, you've got the spouse, you've got this, you've got that, you've got these plans, those plans, all of that, yada, 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 yada. You got work, you have no time to give to this passion project of yours, but it keeps pushing at you. It's like, hey, I'm still waiting for you to make time for me. Hey, you're still passionate about me. Hey, you're still thinking about me. And so you're still thinking about this passion project, this passion of yours, this business idea, this career opportunity, something that you believe could really bring in more financial abundance, more stability, a greater sense of security, and also purpose in your life. And it's like it keeps calling you in, and it keeps letting you know that it's just waiting there for you. And so Spirit's saying to make the time for it. You have time. You have time. Okay, you have time to do this. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, maybe 1 hour a week. Okay, maybe you just choose a day or two throughout the week to spend time dedicated to your craft, to this business idea, to this project, whatever it is. Just give yourself a little bit of time each day, or give yourself a little bit of time on your days off to dedicate to working and growing this idea. Okay, we've got the roots there. You have to establish those roots. Right now it's only existing internally, and now you need to breathe life into it in the physical and the external by giving something to it. Relax a little. Stop judging the end result of this. So you may also be hyper focusing on what it's going to look like in the end, and you're getting hung up on that. But right now you're at the very beginning stages of this. You've got the Fool, you have the Ace of Pentacles here, where you're at the very beginning stages of breathing life into this desire, into this path, into this project, this creation. that you're giving life to, okay? You haven't taken his hand yet. You haven't taken the hand yet. You've been sitting in this contemplation phase of, oh, why me? Why can't I make time for this? Why can't I do this? I really just want to make time for this. You have time to do this. You have to just dedicate that time to it, carve out time to do it, and start growing those roots, start establishing the foundation. And I know that for some of you, you don't want to hear that because maybe the first steps that you need to take are not the exciting steps that you're really looking forward to, but they are the steps that are going to get you to that exciting place that you're envisioning in your mind and your body. So you need to just take those first steps, even if they're a little grueling. Just give yourself 5 minutes. Just say, I'll try it for a minute or two. And then if you don't like it, you can stop working on it. But my guess is that you're going to give it a minute or two and you're just going to get into the flow and want to keep working on it. I don't know how many times I've done that. I really struggle with pushing myself to get things done that I really don't want to do. And so I will tell myself, and even things that I do want to do, I struggle with it too. And so many times, especially in this past year, I've really challenged myself and told myself, hey, just try it. Just give yourself 5 minutes of trying it. And so many times I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty fun. Or, this is great. I'm going to continue connecting with this. And before I know it, an hour went by and I gave it more time than I intended to. And, it was worth that time. It was worth that dedication. So give yourself that time. Give this project, this passion, this purpose your time because you deserve it. And so do these ideas that you have. They also deserve it. All right, let's just go ahead and pull some oracle cards now. We're going to pull some oracle cards from Nature's Whispers. Since we are working with the elements today, I thought we would work with some nature decks. I'm just going to shuffle one more time and then we'll pull your cards here. Just remember that this is the beginning. You're at the beginning stages of this project, this business pursuit, this investment, whatever it is. You're at the very beginning stages of it. And so you may not get those results that you're hoping to get right away. You have to give it some time. You have to give it room to breathe, room to grow, room to flourish. And you also have to give yourself time. Okay, so just remember that. Let's get these up a little so you can see the oracle cards. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see what your oracle cards are. So we have 40. Show your support. Yes, show your support. I'm getting a couple different messages here. So one, I don't want to lose the message, so let's get into it. So show your support. First, you're needing to show your support towards these ideas. If you don't support this idea by dedicating time to it every day, nobody else is going to show its support because they're not even going to know that it exists. They're not going to know what it is. If you're just talking about it and not creating it, not showing people the physical manifestation of it through your hard work, through your time, through your attention, through your dedication, through your investments, then nobody's going to think that it's real. They're not going to believe that it exists, and they're not going to be able to give you the support that you're seeking around these ideas. So you have to show your support to it first. You have to be the first one because you are the creator. You are the caretaker of these ideas, of these passions that have been gifted to you to breathe life into, to give life to give direction to. Another message coming through with this show your support is that for some of you, this is going to be very specific, but even with the devil here and also the Four of Pentacles, I'm getting a bit of a relationship message here where some of you may be struggling with a relationship in your life. I'm feeling that this could be like a parent to child relationship, but this could also be like a lover's relationship, a romantic connection, like maybe a spouse relationship, or just like a romantic relationship that has been just having some struggles. I'm seeing like a disconnect here where there's been a lot of like not give and take, but like a push and pull where it's like maybe you've been overgiving and you haven't been receiving, but you've been voicing that you've been overgiving. and you want to receive more support, and then vice versa. Maybe you have been taking too much and the other person has been giving to you, and they've been voicing to you that they need a little bit more support. They need you to give more in specific areas of life. Okay, so that may not resonate with everyone, so just take what resonates there. But what I'm seeing specifically too, it's like this energy where somebody that you're in a relationship with, whether it's a spouse, a significant other, or like a child, or even a parent, I'm seeing that they are going through some very challenging struggles as an individual. Okay, we have the Devil card here, so this can sometimes signify the energy of like battling addictions, or battling like just struggling habits, or feeling trapped, feeling isolated. And you have been trying to show them your support from afar. And I feel like you really need to know that you are doing the best that you can in this situation, and Spirit sees you doing the best that you can to show your support. And I know this is a very challenging, very hard situation for you to maneuver through, because there is so much love rooted in this connection. Like, you deeply love this individual, you deeply care for them. They deeply care for you. They deeply love you. It's just that they are going through some very deep, challenging, emotional, mental, physical struggles in their individual life. And so they may not be able to show the support in return to you that you're seeking from them. But I feel like you're not really worried about that. I feel like you're really just concerned in wanting them to overcome this and to heal from this. And Spirit just wants me to share that with you. They just want me to let you know that they see the support that you're gifting to them, the love that you're gifting to them, and they hear your prayers. Okay, and that's just what they want me to share. They don't want me to like divine anything, because you are both on your own individual paths in this journey, and you're also on this shared journey as well, where you're both learning lessons in this experience. And for you, Spirit's bringing it back to you, where you are learning how to give support and give your love and trust from afar, but also to give your love, support, trust, and love back to yourself. Okay, because that's all you can really do in this situation, is what I'm seeing. But Spirit is saying that things will work out exactly how they're meant to, but they do hear your prayers. They do hear your prayers, okay? They hear your prayers, and they are with you, and you are not alone in this journey. You're not alone in this struggle. So anytime you're feeling really heavy from this experience, from this connection, from this relationship, the challenges that you're going through with it, call upon your angels for protection. Know that they are hearing and receiving your prayers, okay? And when the angels hear your prayers, they are usually answered. It's just that it may take time, because we also have to understand that there is free will at play here. And so this other individual also has free will and choices that they need to make in their own individual life. Okay, loves. So that is a bit of a heavier message. That may not resonate with everyone, but thank you for that message. Whew, it's a little heavy, so let's clear the energy here. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's see what's under these oracle cards here. So we have 17 infinite blessings. All right, infinite blessings. And then we have 41, be in service. Okay, so we are bringing it back around to the message that we were talking about with your tarot cards initially, where this experience, this project of yours, this business idea that you have, that you're wanting to pursue, it's going to bring in infinite blessings. It's going to bring in this energy of peace, this energy of love, this energy of joy. And I feel that right now, it's like you're in this Four of Pentacles energy, where you're really holding on to your cards, you're really holding on to your finances, your money bag, your time, your energy. You're not wanting to give it. You're wanting to hold it so close to yourself, not wanting to share it, because there's fears around it. There's tension around it. There's that resistance around it. But when you start relaxing a little bit into what you're feeling intuitively and where you're being guided intuitively, you are going to transform into this angel of blessings, where you're going to be the one sprinkling blessings on everyone, because you're going to be in service to yourself, to these ideas, this business pursuit, this career idea that you have, this passion project that you're wanting to create, where you're really going to be able to just give from a place of trust and honor and peace within yourself, because you're honoring your ideas by following through with those ideas with physical action, with that fire energy. You're like putting the fire into the action. You're in that energy of movement, of flow, and you're just giving life to what you're experiencing and feeling internally. Okay, and this infinite blessings card, I feel, is also a message for those of you who resonate with the energy around the relationship that we just talked about, where there are some magical blessings that are going to be bestowed upon you to help bring peace and love and light back to this situation, back to this connection in some way. Okay, so just trust again that your prayers are being heard, they are being answered, they are being received. Okay, and Spirit's also coming in and saying, you know, you have done all that you can in showing your support to this individual, but you have to surrender it. And they're saying to now bring your focus back to yourself. Give yourself what you need to heal from this experience. Okay, and that in itself will help to bring healing to the relationship as a whole as well. It will ground you back into your energy, because you'll be returning to yourself and giving back to yourself what you need to feel at peace, to feel relaxed, and to stop feeling the resistance around this connection. And this can resonate with everyone too, even the resistance around the connection that you share with this new idea, this passion project, this path that you're wanting to pursue, but you're not making that time for it, or you're not allowing yourself to invest, or you're feeling guided to invest. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and pull some more cards now. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from this deck here. This is the Tea Leaf Oracle deck, and this is a huge deck, so I'm going to do my best to shuffle a little bit, and then we'll just see what comes out. Okay, so we've got one, the ring. Let's get a couple more. Okay, we'll take those two, and let's get one more. There we go, caterpillar. Okay, so we have the ring, which says a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Yes. So I'm seeing with this that you will be committing yourself to this project, to this purpose, to this passion. We also have caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yes, a change is coming. I feel like you really needed to hear that. There is change on the way, and this change is being initiated from within yourself, from within you, allowing yourself to relax, let go of that tension that you feel. And for some of you, what's coming up with that too is like you need to ask yourself, what is going to help you relieve that tension? What's going to help you relax into the truth of what you're feeling intuitively? Okay, so for some of you, Spirit's bringing up specific examples. Put down the phone. Get off the phone. Okay, get off the phone. Scrolling. It just creates this like addiction energy, the devil there coming up again, or it's just like this addictive tendency to constantly be satisfied with the next click, you know, dopamine hits there. All right, so some of you need to get off the phone and come back into your energy, because the phone could be subconsciously stressing you out and preventing you from moving forward with this. The other thing is the TV. Turn off the TV. Spirit's saying that in relation to the time too. You know, if you're watching TV every night, that's time that you could be spending and dedicating to this passion project, to this venture that you're wanting to pursue, that you're wanting to make time for, but you're not making time for. Okay. And the other things that are coming through is just self-care needs. Okay, making sure that you're taking care of yourself first and foremost. So hygiene is coming up. Taking showers every day, getting in the bath, allowing yourself to just sit and meditate with the water in the bath. Some of you may be needing to get away for a little bit, get out of your comfort zone, like your familiar environments, and just take a day trip somewhere, or go to nature, go to the park, go on a hike, go to a museum, go do something that's a little bit out of the norm, but still within your city, or, you know, just like right outside the city, something to kind of get you out of your head and into your body, and into like just the space of letting you know that everything is okay. The world will still be there when you return. Your home will still be there when you return. Everything will be okay. You just need to kind of get out of the space that you've been in a little bit to allow yourself to relax and to let go of that tension. Spa day is also coming up, okay? Do something for yourself is what's really being highlighted here. Okay, so your next card, we have Vulture. Depression, anxiety, and worry that someone is against you. Yeah, right there on the Devil card. So this is just kind of reiterating the energy that you may have been in, that you may be in right now, where you've just been kind of worrying about what's to come of this, looking too far into the future, which is preventing you from taking those steps of where you're at right now. There could also be that depression and anxiety around this relationship that we talked about, and wanting to show your support, but also wanting to give distance, so that way you can both heal as individuals in relation to whatever struggles you're facing as individuals, and as a couple, or just in this connection in general. Okay, so just give yourself time and space, and know that things won't always be this way. There is a change coming, but this change must be initiated from within you as well. There is something that you're being guided to do, and you must put the fire in that energy and take those action steps. Wow, look at that. We have Arrow. Your cards are so in alignment. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. You're right on the money. You're right on the money. What are you waiting for? You can trust your intuition. As I say at the beginning of mostly all of my readings, trust your intuition first and foremost, above all, in this reading, but in life in general. Connect with your intuition. And I feel that you have gotten away from your intuition because you've been focusing a lot on these external things, or these conditioned beliefs, these conditioned feelings, these ways of being, this connection, this relationship, just kind of distracting yourself with anything and everything to keep you from pursuing the path that you're really wanting to pursue, and to keep you distracted from actually putting in the time, the effort, the attention, giving the resources that you have in order to allow this project of yours, this passion of yours, this business, this connection to grow and flourish as it needs to, okay? And like I said before, it may not be easy. The first steps that you're feeling guided to take may be a little bit grueling. They may not necessarily be the steps that you're wanting to take, but you're trying to lay the groundwork for a solid foundation in this business, in this relationship, in this connection, whether it's a relationship with someone else, or you're just connecting a bit and trying to rebuild that foundation with yourself, or within this business, this passion project. You're trying to lay down the groundwork, the foundation, so that it has a solid base. And some of those action steps that you have to take to do that may not be the most exciting ones, may not be the most fun ones, but once you do that, once you get over that hump, then things will come in that you actually want to be pursuing. You'll have time to actually be working on those things that you actually want to be working on, that are going to initiate this change that you're seeking, that are going to invite in the abundance that you're hoping to flourish in, and you'll be able to provide others with those infinite blessings. I'm also getting that with this infinite blessing card here in the show your support and be in service card. It's like you'll be able to also share with others the divine wisdom that you have gained from this experience as a whole. Like, you are going through these lessons and experiences now as a means to teach others that what you've been through is something that others may go through as well, and you'll be able to offer them guidance and advice and infinite blessings of being able to show your support and be in service to others who may be going through similar situations as well. Okay, loves. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your last card now. So we're going to pull one last card from this deck here. This is the Animal Messages deck, and these are just animal guides, animal messengers, just to that you can work with, that you can call upon, just some medicine energy. Okay, your card is flying out. Okay, you have two actually flying out. So let's see what they are. Okay, so you have Scorpion in a new relationship, passion, offers the challenge of ecstasy and pain. Yes. Okay. And then we have Ray. Counter malicious talk by casting its import from your mind. Okay. Yes. So you are definitely going through some challenging situations here, pile one. But it's going to be okay. This is part of the experience that you're meant to go through, that you're meant to maneuver through, because it's a new path, okay? And new paths don't always come easy, you know? I feel that this path that you are maneuvering upon, it is the path less traveled. It is one that has not been trampled on yet. And so you're having to clear out the leaves. You're having to make sure there's no sticks that you're going to trip over. Maybe you do trip over a stick, and it's going to be okay though. You just get back up, move that stick out of the way, get mad about it, let yourself feel it out, and then move on to the next thing that will bring in those energies of bliss, ecstasy, and blessings, okay? So just know that there are some challenges that you're going to be working through as you start upon this new path, but your intuition is guiding you to this path for a reason. It's because it's what's going to gift you the change that you've been seeking. It's going to gift you the abundance that you're seeking as well. And it's going to allow you to grow and to flourish and to return to yourself with a sense of support, love, and trust and serenity. And it's also going to help you clear out any depression, anxiety, and worry, any stagnancy and lack. Okay, it's going to help you relieve that tension that you've been holding on to. So even though it's a struggle to get started, you are needing to get started. You're needing to take that action to fuel the fire in order to move through those challenging emotions, mental blocks, resistance that you're feeling, okay? So Spirit is recommending here with the Ray card, affirmation work, okay, also journaling work. So you may need to journal out any thoughts that you're having that are keeping you trapped in this energy of resistance here, any thoughts around depression, anxiety, and worry that you're feeling, where you can just journal it out, get it out of your head, get it out of your mind, and then also work on transforming it, okay? So if you're constantly saying, what if it doesn't work, reframe it to, what if it does work? What if it does work, okay? You may be constantly saying like, oh, I don't want to lose this money, I don't want to lose this money, but what will that money give to you? What will it give you in return, okay? Something that's coming up here is noticing where, so because you have the pentacles here, Spirit's recommending this abundance practice, this financial practice where there's something for some of you where you're needing to give money to something, to make some kind of monetary investment in something in order to grow or to receive more money in return. And so a practice that you can do is just look around where you're at right now and look around at the things that you have spent money on for yourself. And what is it actually given to you? Okay, that will help to reframe like what money does for you and what it actually provides to you. Okay, so just ask yourself, what have I spent money on, and what are those things that I bought with that money? What has it provided to me? What has it gifted you in return? Okay, and that will help you to also reframe and relax a little bit around giving money. Okay, because again, money likes to circulate. It likes to come around. It likes to go around, go in circles. Okay, so if you give a little, you will get a little back. Give a little, get a little back. Okay, and take that as it resonates. It may not be about money. It may also be about your time, your energy, your efforts. All right, loves. So I think that's it for today's reading. So if you feel called to, you can call upon Scorpion or Ray Medicine. You got some powerful animal guides here. Both of these have stingers. All right. And so things may feel a little stingy right now, but you are moving through this energy, and I see you moving through it with so much grace. And coming out on the other side in this energy of infinite blessings, where you're going to get to be somebody's fairy godmother, because you've gone through these challenging experiences that you're working through right now. Okay, so try your best to keep the peace, and again, go do something that allows you to release that tension. Go do something that feels really good, that gets you out of your head, gets you out of your mind, and gets you back into your body. So go to the lake for a day, go to the spa for a day, go to the park, go do something just fun and freeing to get out of your head. And then when you come back, you can return to your space with the ability to move into the action steps that you're needing to take to progress forward in this passion project, this business, this relationship, these ideas that you have been sitting on. All right, love. So that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in, Pile 1. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the next reading I share. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, bye, loves. Hello, loves. Welcome in to your reading to those of you who chose pile 2. So if you chose pile 2, you selected the air element, number 39, also communication, or you chose the beautiful Sodalite crystal here. All right, loves, so we're going to set this aside here, and we are going to start by pulling your tarot cards from the Light Seers tarot deck. So we will get into talking a little bit about the air element and what this signifies for you, but let's go ahead and pull your tarot cards first and just see how it's connected. So while I'm shuffling the deck, I invite you to take a moment to set any intentions that you would like to set during this reading. So if there's anything that you have questions around that you would like to receive answers on, go ahead and take a moment to ask those questions to yourself now and set those intentions with yourself, and then trust that you will receive your answers in the Divine's perfect timing. And while you're listening to this reading, just know that this is a public reading, even though it's a pick a card reading. There are many different people that may be tuning into this reading, so not everything may resonate with you, so don't force things to fit where they don't fit. Just move along to the next thing that does resonate with you, okay, loves? And in this reading, make sure that you are listening to your intuition first and foremost, above all, and in life as well. All right, so there's your tarot cards. All right, loves, so let's go ahead and get into it. So let's see, you have the Knight of Swords. Wow, the Swords. Swords is actually the energy of air, communication, thoughts, your mentality. So that's perfect. Wow, and then we have King of Wands. 2 court cards coming out for you right away. Okay, we also have Knight of Pentacles. Wow, 1 from each suit. Knight of Pentacles. Wow, wow, wow. And then we have 10 of Swords. Okay. Wow, big transformational energy here. Oof. Okay, so the air element, so Spirit wants me to talk a little bit about the air element. So the air element is about communication. It's about understanding, contemplation, but not just contemplation for the sake of contemplation. It's the energy of contemplation in more of like a Socratic means. Okay, we have 444 on the clock right now. This is the energy of transformation, of growth, of support, of connection. And so what I'm getting here with the air element and with your tarot cards is that there is something that you have been contemplating on, but you have not been communicating about this contemplation with others. And I keep hearing the word Socratic, like you're really needing to open up this like Socratic seminar type energy, which is where you really like open up the language, you open up communication to discuss what it is that you're contemplating in a very like back and forth way, like a fluid way, okay, in a way where you can really contemplate these ideas, these thoughts, these ideas, I said ideas twice, these thoughts, these ideas, or these like these ways of being out loud. Okay, so you've been contemplating it within, but now you're needing to give life to it in the physical by using your voice and speaking it out loud and opening up the conversation around these ideas that you're contemplating, and bring communication to them. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on with your tarot cards. So let's get more into this. Okay, there's something that you are closing the door to. Okay, so I feel for some of you, maybe you have been contemplating wanting to walk away from something, wanting to leave something behind. This can be a relationship, a job, ways of being, so like habits, habit patterns, maybe even locations. Maybe you're wanting to move away from where you're living, move away from the environment that you've been in, and I just feel like you're wanting to leave it behind, close the door, bid it adieu, and move on to the next thing. Okay, Okay, so Spirit's actually saying some of you are getting hung up on the next thing, where it's like you're at this point right now where you're really needing to make peace with where you're at right now in this present moment. You're wanting to really put yourself in a space where you're in this King of Wands energy, which is around like being really grounded and rooted in these action steps and wanting to move forward with something. And what I'm seeing is like this contrasting energy where internally you know that there's something that you're needing to make peace with, there's something that you're needing to physically leave behind in some way, but before you can do that, you need to open up the lines of communication and just give voice to what it is that you're wanting to leave behind. But really, you're just in this space of wanting to just get it over with and to just do the thing in the physical and not really wanting to talk about it, okay? But Spirit's saying it's okay to open up the lines of communication and to talk about how you're feeling. It's going to help you in the long run, and it's going to be more supportive. It's not going to be as scary as you think it is once you start opening up and communicating about this. And if there are other people involved in this situation, I mean, there definitely is, because you're needing to communicate about this with somebody, whether it's like a relationship that you're in or a job. I'm feeling that the energy is mutual. It goes both ways. The other person or your employer or your coworkers have kind of already been picking up on this energy because you've been contemplating this for a long time. And so you've been kind of sending out those signals that it's time for you to move on to something new, to something else. Even if you haven't voiced it yet, even if you haven't shared this out loud yet, you've still been sending out those like telepathic signals, maybe in your emotional expressions people have been picking up on. So it's not going to come as much of a shock to these people when you start communicating this with them, and they're actually going to come in and support you through this transition in the best way that they can, okay? And they're going to help you through this transition, okay? So it's very important that you come back to the present moment and just see where you're at now. Really get out of your head and just start opening up those lines of communication and letting others know where you're at in your head, where you're at in your mind, what you've been thinking about, what you've been contemplating, and just open up that conversation, because you won't be able to take those physical action steps and to truly move yourself away from these places, spaces, and people until you open up those lines of communication. Spirit's saying now you can just jump in and start moving away from these things without communication, but that's going to hurt you more in the long run. You're going to have a lot of emotional pain, maybe regrets and guilt kind of building up a little bit. And so Spirit is really advising you to come in and communicate about what it is that you're wanting to do before just taking that leap. Now, for some of you, as I say that, Spirit's coming in and they're saying, like, some of you think you won't feel regret, you won't have that guilt, but it is something that you will be reflecting on from time to time. You know, you'll really be questioning if things would have been different if you gave yourself the opportunity to just communicate about how you're feeling and to just say your goodbyes as you work through this transformational time, this transitioning time that you're moving through right now. Okay, so don't be afraid to speak your truth. It's okay to speak your truth. It's okay to admit that something is no longer working for you, and it's okay to say goodbye to it. And it will help create the closure that you will be seeking, that you're seeking now, and it will also help create the closure that you would be seeking in the future if you didn't give yourself the opportunity to communicate your goodbyes to this thing that you're wanting to move away from. All right, let's see if anything else comes through. Your message is very clear, very forward, okay? And that's really like the energy that you're needing to embody, is just get to the point, get straight to the point, be very clear, be very concise. You already know what it is that you want to do. You already know what the next steps are that you need to take. You know what you want to say. You know what you need to say. Just get it out. Just get it out. Just be very clear, straightforward. And be open-minded to the possibilities of what you will be receiving in return. Okay, don't put any expectations or pressures around what you're going to receive in return, because I'm feeling here too, it's like you don't really need anything in return. This is more so for you, where you just need to voice what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're experiencing, what it is that you're thinking for yourself. So that way you can move on and move forward without those energies of like regret, guilt, and constantly reflecting on if you had done things differently, what could have happened, those what ifs. So just give yourself the opportunity to make peace with this situation as you are right now in this present moment, because if you don't allow yourself this opportunity now, it may not be available to you in the future. And again, it may just be something that you allow your mind to reflect on time and time again, because you're feeling called in this moment to intuitively speak something out loud to the people that are involved in this situation that you're leaving behind. All right, so let's see if anything else comes through. So I'm really drawn to the Knight of Pentacles here. So for some of you, I feel like you may be chasing like new means of abundance, new means of income, new means of stability and security. Now, this doesn't necessarily just mean stability and security from a financial standpoint, but that is being highlighted with the Knight of Pentacles here. But I'm also getting from a relationship energy as well, where you're like seeking new means of stable foundations within your relationships. I'm getting this energy that there is just something that has been not sitting right with you in terms of the relationship that you share with this thing that you're wanting to leave behind. So for some of you, this could be like a career, it could be like a romantic relationship, maybe a friendship-based relationship, maybe even a family-based relationship, but there's just like some things that don't really sit right with you in this relationship, which allows it to be a very like unstable connection for you. It's not one that you can really rely on for the support that you need when you try to connect with these people in these relationships, or when you try to connect with people at your job, your career. And so I feel that you are seeking new means of stability within your relationships as well, where they are more supportive, or they are more in alignment with your views and perspectives and the things that you're needing to receive from those connections as well. And so with the Knight of Pentacles coming in, again, make peace with where you're at right now in this present moment. But after that, just know that you won't have to really chase after the things that you're seeking to create that sense of stability. Those things are going to just align for you in a very, very fluid way. Like if you see this, the coins are really chasing him. Like he's walking away from it, but they're still following him. So just know that just because you leave this place, this person, these people, this environment behind doesn't mean that you're leaving everything you gained from that experience behind. You're still carrying the lessons, the experience, the abundance, the knowledge that you received from that experience with you, and you're carrying it forward into the next phase of your life. All right, loves, let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards now. So I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck here. This is Nature's Whispers Oracle. So I thought we would use the Nature's Whispers deck because we are working with the elements today. And so I thought let's get some guidance from a nature deck. Okay, so your first card's jumping out. Let's get two more. Okay, one more card. There we go. All right, let's see what your cards are here. So we have 50 potential gateway. Yes, this is like the energy that you're seeking, that you're moving towards. This is a potential gateway for you. And Spirit wants me to come in and say, like, there is no right or wrong way to do this. Whatever you're feeling called to do in this situation, that is what's going to be best for you. Because again, you're not doing this for other people. You're doing this for yourself. And so if there's something that you need to say, something that you need to communicate, or something that you need to do, something that you need to take action on for yourself, do it. You won't regret it if you do it or speak it from your heart center, and it's in alignment with your truth. Look at that. 26. Be true to your heart. Yeah, be true to yourself. This is what I just said. Be true to yourself. Be true to your heart. Speak from your heart center. Just speak the truth about what it is that you're experiencing, what it is that you're feeling. I feel that for some of you, there's like this energy of hesitancy to really speak your truth around why you're wanting to leave this situation, this connection, this experience behind. Because there's like this energy of not wanting to like step on anybody's toes, not wanting to create this energy of like, what's the word, like turmoil, or like you don't want to upset anybody, okay? But I feel that you've been operating from a space in this environment that's just, it's not pleasurable, it's not satisfying, it doesn't bring you peace, it doesn't bring you joy. And it's okay to give voice to the reasons as to why it's not bringing you joy, why it's not lighting you up. Because even though you're leaving this experience and situation behind, you will be sort of initiating this energy of like taking a stand and letting them know exactly where things have gone wrong in this connection, whether this is a relationship or a job or an environment. And by letting them know like what has turned you off from this connection, from this experience, allows them the knowledge and wisdom to be able to make changes around that. Even if they don't make changes initially, even if this is something that maybe you have tried to give voice to in the past and it wasn't received, because you're giving voice to it in a way where you are saying enough is enough and you're actually doing something about it. You're like saying, this is why I'm leaving, this is why I can no longer connect with you, this is why I can no longer connect with this company, and then actually leaving it behind. It's going to settle, it's going to sink in a much different way. And so even though it's not going to create change for you in the direct connection of this relationship or this job or this like home environment, it will initiate change within that space, within that person, within that company in some way, because they will really be able to reflect on it and say, wow, like I didn't make the changes that this individual asked me to make, and so I lost them. And so it will really make them reflect and think about whether or not they should make those changes now so that they don't lose any more people moving forward, or so that they don't make those same mistakes in their next connections. Okay. And so even though Spirit's coming in and they're saying, you know, that's not really for you to be concerned with, in some ways it will allow you a deeper sense of peace and connection and like a gratitude in allowing yourself to be heard to make change for the next people that come into contact or connection with these individuals. So it will initiate the change that you're seeking. It just won't initiate the change that you had been seeking for yourself. But it will initiate change for yourself because you're taking a stand and you're saying enough is enough. I'm no longer going to be connecting with these people, this company, this home environment, whatever it is, because it's not supportive to you. And so it will create that change where you're actually seeking out places, you're following new horizons that will be more supportive to you, that will have more stable foundations. So when you do talk to them at first, they will take you seriously and initiate those changes within your connections or within your job or your home environment initially, so that it doesn't have to get to a point of you saying, I'm leaving, enough is enough. Okay, but just know that through you giving voice to what it is that you've experienced and why it is that you're leaving this behind will allow you to make peace with it, and it will also plant a seed within those individuals that you're leaving behind, that you're saying goodbye to make those changes that you have asked for. Okay, so we also have 33, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself through this process, okay? It's not easy to leave behind things. It's not easy to experience loss, even if it's something that you initiate yourself. It's challenging, okay? Because you have experiences, connections, memories that you're going to be grieving, that you're going to be leaving behind. So be gentle with yourself as you transition from this thing that you're leaving behind, and allow yourself, give yourself time, grace, to make peace with it, to really make peace with it. We have that King of Wands energy coming in again, where it's like you really just want to move into that physical energy of the next thing, wanting to take that next step, wanting to get started with building those new foundations. But again, be present with where you're at right now on a mental and emotional level. Really, really coming in, we have got the mental energy here. Because we have got the swords, we also have the air sign here, and to just really sit with your thoughts and reflection and just allow yourself to process what it is that you're feeling. We also have the emotional energy here with the heart too, and just allow yourself to process and feel out what you're feeling in this moment, and just know that when it's time to really move on to the next thing and invite in that next phase of your life, you will receive that intuitive guidance. You'll know when it's time to go. You'll know when it's time to flow. Just like you know it's time to go right now. You know it's time to start voicing those concerns, speaking out loud why it is that you're leaving this behind, why it is you're disconnecting from this. You will know when it's time to invite something new into your space as well. But right now you're in that liminal space of transition, and it's okay to be in that space. So be gentle with yourself while you sit in that space and come back into alignment with your heart truth. And while you're in this like potential gateway energy of just kind of waiting to see what's next. But before you can see what's next, you have to process what is in this present moment. All right, let's go ahead and pull our next cards. Oh, this deck is, it's a really big deck. This is the Tea Leaf Oracle deck, and some of the cards just all fell over. Okay, there we go. All right, so we are going to pull your next cards from this deck, but they kind of just fly out. So let's see what's coming out. It's too many. We just want to get a few. This deck is huge. This is a new to me deck, but I have really enjoyed working with it. Okay, wow, your cards are like all trying to fly out. So there's like this energy coming through with how the cards come out, where it's like you're really seeking like what's next. You're like, what's next, what's next, what's next? Okay, and Spirit's saying, don't worry about what's next. Okay, it's too much, it's too overwhelming right now. You have to just make peace with what is. You don't know what's next because it's not meant to be just yet. You're not there yet, and it's okay that you're not there yet. Okay, you will know. If you don't know, mind, body, spirit, then it's not time. All right, let's see what your tea leaves are. We have bouquet, compliments from an admirer, compliments from an admirer. Yes. So I feel that once you speak this truth out loud, you're going to be complimented on it. So like I said, like when you start to speak your truth out loud around what it is that you've been contemplating within yourself, people are going to say, wow, I didn't know it was affecting you to that extent. It's just going to be really unexpected, like what you receive in return. The reciprocity is going to be very unexpected because it's going to be very different from what you received in the past when you tried to give voice to this. Okay, and so you may also be in a different space where maybe you have experienced this with other people before, or other jobs, other companies before, and you're just like seeing these similar patterns in this current connection or this current thing that you're wanting to leave behind, wanting to make peace with. But you're in a different space, you're connecting with different people, and so the way they respond is going to be different. All right, let's see what else we have is bear, danger, especially in money matters. Okay, I don't want you to fret in seeing this bear card. Okay, let's see what these other ones are. But so we're saying don't fret. Okay, some of these cards are a little harsh. I'm still getting familiar with it, but they're very straight to the point. So we have hat. You will be playing a different role. And we have haystack, karma. You will reap what you have sown. Yes. Okay. So some of these cards do come off a little harsh, but don't fret. Okay. Like I said with the Knight of Pentacles, the abundance will be chasing you. Okay. But what is coming through with the bear and the haystack and the hat is that you're in this transitional phase. And so you may want to be a little bit more mindful with your money and your finances, especially if you resonate with this being around a job. Okay, so just be a little bit more mindful with your spending habits. You may be having to conserve your money a little bit more than you would if you were staying at this position, at this job. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And this may not actually resonate with everybody. Okay, this is only actually going to resonate with those of you who this is about a job, or this is about a company that you're leaving behind. And then what I'm seeing here with the Hat card is that you may be moving to new spaces where you are doing something completely different, or you are connecting with people that are completely different from the ones you were connecting with before. Okay, and that's again, that's going to be mirrored to you and shown to you in the way that these individuals respond to you, from you saying goodbye to them, okay, from you cutting ties with them. It's going to show you how much you've grown in your selection of the jobs you pick, or the selection of the people that you interact with and connect with. It's going to show you just how much you've grown. Okay, so that's what this karma card is about. It's like you have grown so much, you have gone so far, gone through so much, that you have chosen to connect with new spaces, places, and people than you would have chosen to connect with 10 years ago. So even though you are going through an experience that feels very similar to something that you may have gone through in your childhood, your teenagehood, or like early adulthood, it's playing out very differently than it would have back then, because one, you are a completely different person. You have grown so much, you've gone through so much, but it's really showing you just how far you've come in your selection of like the environments and the people and the communities that you allow yourself to connect with, that you allow to come into your space. Okay, and so Spirit really wants you to take a moment to just honor that and congratulate yourself for that, because it is not easy to build new communities and to select new communities that are going to really gift you the connections and experiences that you deeply deserve to have. Like, if you're done with something and you're saying goodbye to something, you deserve to be met with grace, with peace, with hugs, with love, and with celebration and congratulations for choosing yourself, okay? Versus, maybe in the past, if you had said goodbye to somebody, maybe they were really ugly about it and they just couldn't support you in making that choice to leave them behind, or to leave that company behind, and maybe they wished you terrible things. But now you have moved into new spaces that are very supportive of you, even in your choices and abilities to say goodbye with grace, with peace and love, no matter what the reason is. Even if the reason that you're leaving them behind is because of differences or contrast, they are still going to be deeply understanding and hold you in love and support for the next phase in your journey. And that is something that you deserve to celebrate and honor yourself for, okay? All right, loves, let's see if anything else comes through. I think that's it for these cards here. So let's go ahead and pull your last card now. So the last card I'm pulling is from the Animal Messages deck. And these are just animal messengers, animal guides that you can choose to work with or connect with to help you integrate any of the messages that we talked about in your reading today. And I just want to say thank you, Pile 2, for allowing me to channel these messages for you. These are really beautiful, really healing messages that are coming through for you. And I know that you're in a deep transitional phase right now. And so just again, this reminder, be gentle with yourself and come back to your heart space while you work through this energy. All right, there's your card there. You have bear twice. That is crazy. 2 times you have the bear. All right, so Spirit wants me to talk about bear medicine here for you. And I knew there was more to this bear card too, so that's amazing. Bear, nurture creativity and return to the sweetness of life. Yes, nurture creativity and return to the sweetness of life. Yes. Okay, so Spirit's saying that even though for some of you, not everybody's going to resonate with this, but for some of you, money may be something that you're really concerned about with these changes, especially if you're leaving behind a job. And so what Spirit's saying is they are saying to return to this energy of joy, of peace, of truth and love within your heart center. What brings you joy? What lights you up? Okay. And by focusing on those things, by taking your focus off of the worry and concern around finances and money, it's going to help you move through this time with a lot more ease, with a lot more fluidity, and a lot like a little bit of a quicker pace. Okay, if you're just focused on this energy of like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I leave that behind? Now I have to struggle. Now I have to pinch my pennies. Now I don't know where my next paycheck's going to come in from. It's going to slow things down. Okay, but if you look to this situation, okay, from a different lens and you would have looked at it 10 years ago, you're going to get through this with a lot more ease, with a lot more fluidity, and a lot quicker energy, okay? But part of this process, you're going through this process of like really returning to yourself, returning to your heart center, returning to your inner truths. And so part of that is slowing down, okay? And the world of money, when we think of money, we think of like quick, gotta get it now, okay? But something that's coming through is when we talk about money, and it's interesting because you have the air element here, but when we talk about money, we use terms of water, okay? Like streams of income. Streams of income is the only one coming to mind right now. Okay, banks, banks, that's a water term, okay? Streams of income, banks, overflow, cash flow. These are all terms of water. And so water doesn't, even though it can always be flowing, sometimes it can be still, sometimes it can be slow, sometimes it's high tide, sometimes it's low tide. And so there's this energy coming in around sharing that, where it's like you need to really surrender to your flow, surrender to where you're at in this present moment. Okay, the water doesn't always force things. It surrenders to the state that it's in that moment. And so you're really needing to surrender to where you're at in this moment. And to also look to these choices that you're making, because you're choosing to leave something behind. You're choosing to make peace with something that no longer resonates with you, that no longer supports you. And so take pride in that. Take pride in saying no to the things that didn't support you, and to moving towards things that will support you, that will light you up, that will bring you back to yourself, to your heart center, to your truth, and return you to that energy, that sweetness of life, okay? So what will bring you joy in this moment now that isn't connected to you making money, that isn't connected to receiving validation? Just what's something that will just kind of bring you a sense of joy, that will lighten your mood, lighten your energy, and allow you to see this present moment for what it is right now in this moment, which is just a moment of peace, a moment of time that you have to spend with yourself, and to nurture yourself, and to give yourself love and gratitude and grace for how far you have come. And that's really what this experience that you're working through right now is trying to show you. Like, you have grown so much, you have come so far, and you will get through this experience with so much love, so much peace in your heart, mind, and soul. And so I'm really excited for you to be on this journey. I know it is emotionally and mentally challenging because you are in a transitional phase right now, and you're really like transitioning from one thing to a new thing, and it's something new, it's something different, but it's something that is going to light you up, that's going to align you with your heart space. So again, be gentle with yourself. Maybe you need to hibernate a little bit, but that's okay. You're going to come out of this cave stronger and ready to receive all that abundance, that love and stability that's going to be chasing after you. All right, love. So that is it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the next reading. And again, I thank you so much, Pile 2, for tuning in. This was a beautiful reading, beautiful message to share with you all. So thank you again. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, bye, loves. Hello, loves. Welcome into your reading. To those of you who chose Pile 3, or you selected the Earth element, or number 38, stability, or this beautiful petrified wood temple piece. All right, love. So for your reading today, I'm going to set your card selection aside, and we are going to get started by drawing your tarot cards. And for the earth element signs, I was guided to use a different tarot deck. So this is the Tarot of the Divine. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading, loves. So while I'm shuffling, if there's anything that you would like to ask yourself or your guides, God, universe, there's anything that's been on your mind that you would like to have answered or to set intentions for, go ahead and take a moment now to ask those questions quietly to yourself and set those intentions. And while I'm shuffling and pulling the tarot cards, I'm going to talk a little bit about the earth element. So the earth element is, of course, very much connected to our physical world, to the outside world, what we can see, touch, feel. So what we can see with our own eyes, and then what we can feel with our hands. Okay, loves. But with the earth element card, I'm actually picking up on the energy of being very grounded and very rooted. I keep picking up on this energy of roots. So for your reading today, I feel like there is something that needs to be brought to your consciousness, which is like, it's something that it has like, it's like there's this energy that is rooted in that needs you to become conscious of it. Okay, so if there's something that you are going through that seems a little bit challenging in the physical world, okay, and take that as it applies to you. Okay, this could be about a physical relationship, a physical job, maybe a physical living situation, maybe physical things that are connected to your body with your health. Okay, so what I'm getting is that these challenges, these physical challenges that you are coming up against, it's not about like the physical manifestation of what you're experiencing. It's really about what is rooted internally, what you're allowing yourself to believe on an inner level within your roots. Okay, but let's get a little bit more. Let's see what this is about. So we'll uncover your tarot cards now. So we have the 5 of Coins. Okay, 5 of Coins. We also have 3, the Empress, major arcana coming out to play. Let's see, we also have Knight of Swords. Okay. And we have the Ace of Coins. Okay, yeah, so for some of you, this is about career, finance, money, abundance, okay? Because we have the 5 of Coins and the Ace of Coins here, but let's see what's coming through with these. Yeah, so I feel like, again, this is like reiterating with the 5 of Coins here, that there is something going on in the physical that seems very challenging. But I do see that you are really hyper-focused on the aspect of what is challenging about this situation. Like you're just like, almost like looking at this situation from all the negative points of what you feel like you're experiencing of this situation. And you're not allowing yourself to really zoom out. Okay, so this is actually like a description of the 5 of Coins. So when we have the 5 of Coins, we notice that there's usually a figure on the card, and they're very hyper focused on what's in front of them. But meanwhile, we have all this abundance surrounding them, their finances, their coins, their blessings, their connections, their other opportunities and paths. They're surrounding them. If they would just kind of pull their head up out of their own body, just kind of out of like what they're looking at, they would be able to see that there's all this abundance surrounding them, all these different possibilities, different opportunities, different connections that can be made and come of this situation. So I see that you are just really attuned and aligned and hyper focused on just what's happening right in front of you, that you're not allowing yourself to zoom out and see the possibility and see the opportunity that is being presented to you from this situation. Okay, I want to say it does feel like it is challenging, but it's meant to be challenging because there is something within you. There's something rooted within you that needs your attention, that needs your awareness to come towards it so that you can bring healing to it, okay? And with this Knight of Swords here, I feel that the energy, it's really rooted in your mental body. So maybe you have some conditioned beliefs around this. Maybe there are like childhood wounds or just some type of like construct of a belief, like an internal belief system that has been implicated on you, or one that you have attached to and taken on as truth for yourself. Okay, so let me see if I can give an example here, because we have the coins cards, the pentacles cards, and we've talked a little bit about money and finances here. Spirit's bringing up worthiness wounds. Okay, so some of you may be struggling to like maybe make ends meet, or you're wanting to like increase your salary, increase your income in some way, but you keep telling yourself that you are not worthy of receiving that amount. And maybe you're not telling yourself that directly, but indirectly you're creating these blocks which are not allowing you to see past the possibility of being able to receive a higher level paying salary, or to just receive other avenues of income for yourself. And so in some like on some internal aspect in your mental body, and maybe even in your physical body, your energetic body a little bit too, you're believing, you have these conditioned beliefs that you are not worthy of receiving more. Okay, and some of these beliefs too, if you resonate with that specific example, can also be tied to just like familiarity and comfortability, where it's just like you've always been in this one space, or always receiving this amount of money, this amount of attention, this amount of opportunity, whatever it is, that you're just really unable to see beyond that, to see past it, and to see the possibility that there could be more, that you could be receiving more, and that you are worthy of receiving more. Okay, so with that being said, Spirit is saying, first, they want me to tell you that you are worthy of receiving more. You are worthy of receiving the dreams that you desire to experience, okay? Because there's something more that you're wanting right now, but you're really hyper focused on the lack, what isn't there. You're focused on what you have, but you're looking at it from a lens of negativity or not enoughness, okay? And so Spirit wants you to know that it's okay that you've been in that mindset. It's okay that you've been embodying that. But now that you have these messages of guidance, it's time to clear out that energy and to shift your perspective into seeing where things are enough, where they have been enough, where you have been enough. Because you are enough, and you've gotten yourself this far, you can get yourself even further. And with that too, Spirit's asking you to take a look back, okay, reflect on past experiences where you felt like you were in this same type of experience, and reflect back on how you got yourself out of it, because you did get yourself out of it, or how you got yourself through it, because you did get yourself through it, okay? Okay, so we're going to pivot a little bit now. We have the Empress card here. It's still in connection to the messages we've been talking about, but there is some type of creative idea, or spiritual idea, spiritual download, creative download that is trying to connect with you. And Spirit is saying that you have all the answers that you need. You have all the tools that you need to get yourself through this challenging situation. And Spirit also wants me to stop saying challenging situation, because it's not a challenge. It's just an experience. And so they also want you to stop calling this a challenging experience, a challenging situation. Stop calling it a struggle. Stop calling it a hardship. It's just an experience that you are having in this moment, and you're going to get through it. And you have all the tools, you have the means, and you have the wisdom to get yourself through this experience. It's really about getting grounded and rooted in your body, getting out of your headspace, okay? And the Knight of Swords is also about these new beginnings, new ideas, new energy coming in, but it's coming into your mind space, your mental body. And so there's a lot going on here, Pile 3, where you are transforming a lot of energy right now. And it can feel very heavy. It can feel a little bit overwhelming, because you're trying to get yourself out of this Five of Coins energy. You're trying to transmute the the perspectives that you have been allowing yourself to embody and to believe in, where things are not good enough, where you're not good enough, and you're transforming it to realizing that you are good enough, that everything is working out in your favor, everything is working out for you to get you to the point that you are seeking to reach, okay? But Spirit is also saying that it's really important that you start affirming what you actually want to be experiencing. Okay, so we're getting some guidance for practices. Okay, so affirmation practices. Start affirming to yourself what you want to happen. Stop affirming what you don't want to happen, such as, stop saying that this is a challenge. Stop saying that this is hard. Start saying that it's easy. Start saying that this is happening for you. Start saying that this is just an experience that you are meant to move through, that you're meant to flow through. And if you don't know how you're going to get through it, start affirming to yourself that you do know how to get through it. You're just waiting for the answers to come to you in the right timing, and they will come in. Okay, so stop embodying that energy of no and resistance, and start embodying the energy of flow and trust and surrender to what currently is, and to just knowing that if you don't know yet, it's okay. It just means that you need to clear out some energy and just wait, just be a little patient for those ideas to flow into you, because they are trying to reach you. They're trying to reach you. I just feel that there's some type of block here because you're not allowing yourself to be open to it, because you're so focused on like what isn't working or what hasn't worked in the past. But this time can be different if you allow it to be different, and you invite in the awareness, you invite in the creativity, you invite in the new ideas, the new perspectives that are trying to make their way to you to help you through this challenge, not challenge, the situation, this experience, okay? Okay, so let's see if anything else is coming through with your tarot here. So we do have the Ace of Coins. You're jumping from 5 of Coins to the Ace of Coins. This is a new beginning in the physical world, okay? So some of you could be getting a new job soon, maybe starting over in your career, such as, making a complete shift in your career, where maybe you were once in like the world of finance and now you're entering into the world of art, creativity, fashion, something like that. Or maybe you were once in the world of fashion and now you're making a pivot into like more of like corporate world, okay? Maybe you're completely leaving the corporate world and you're starting your own new business, or you're starting to pursue your creative dreams in order to support you fully, okay? So take that as it resonates there, my loves. Let's see what else is coming through before we start pulling some oracle cards. There's like a lot of roses here. We have the reds and the purples, which signify the sacral chakra and also the third eye chakra. So the sacral chakra is the chakra of creativity and sexuality and the energy of like fluidity and flow. And then the third eye chakra is your psychic chakra, your intuition, your divine downloads. Okay, so you are getting these creative, inspirational, divine downloads coming in. Pay attention to the ideas that are flowing in for you and write them down. Okay, Spirit's also taking me back to the practices. I think I got distracted a little, I was just flowing with the message there, but we had the messages coming in around guided practices, or guidance around practices that you can do. So they were saying affirmations. They also were saying, so with the affirmation practice, you can start, transmuting those affirmations like we talked about, but also affirming these affirmations to yourself while looking at yourself in the mirror, and then also writing them down. You don't have to do all of these, but do the ones that you feel called to. And it may be challenging for you to do these practices at first because you're not used to it, and because when you start doing these things, your ego, your mind, it's going to be a little overwhelmed because it's not used to believing these things, and you're trying to transmute them, trying to shift them into the beliefs of what you actually want to happen, what you actually want to experience. So just give yourself time, but try your best to commit to it at least 1 to 5 minutes daily, just affirming these things to yourself, and it will help you to transform your perspective, to pull yourself out of your own energy, and to start seeing the abundance, the magic, the blessings that do surround you, even in these not challenging experiences. Okay, my loves. Okay, and the other one, Spirit said journaling too. So some of you may need to start journaling, writing down these ideas as they come to you, but also just journaling as a way to help yourself release any energy and thoughts that you're experiencing or that you're attaching to. And then the last symbol we have that I'm really drawn to is the horse, and horses could be significant to somebody. And then we also have the vines here too. So this is like the energy of growing, establishing new roots. Establishing new roots, clearing out those beliefs that are really rooted in you, that are keeping you stuck, keeping you feeling trapped and unable to move forward, and replenishing them, transforming them with completely new roots, completely new belief systems. Okay, so let's see. We are going to pull from this deck here. This is the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. So let's see what we have from this deck here for you. Okay, so we have 11. Make a decision. Make a decision. I heard some of you are sitting on your laurels. So a laurel wreath could be, is that what it's called? Laurel? Oh, wreath. Laurel wreath. I said wreath. Laurel wreath could be significant to some of you. 42. Let love be your beacon. And then we have 4 paws. Okay, yes. So some of you may also be getting caught up in this energy or this belief connected to that energy where we talked about worthiness, wounds, not feeling enoughness, where you're feeling as though you have to rush. You have to make a decision right now in this moment. And you're feeling like you have to rush through the process. But Spirit's saying that's not true. It's okay to take time to pause and to reflect on where you're at and to really go slow with making the decisions that you're feeling called to make at this time. Okay, there is no timeline. You are on your own unique timeline. Just because you are a certain age or you've attached to certain identities or beliefs about where you should be by this date or by that age, it doesn't mean any of that's true. Or maybe somebody else is believing that about you. It doesn't mean it's true, and it doesn't mean that you have to take on those beliefs for yourself. So right now in this moment, let that go. You are exactly where you're meant to be right now in this moment, and you are enough just as you are right now in this moment. So take that in. Take that in. You are enough just as you are right now in this moment. Let go of all attachments to beliefs around your identity in relation to time, because it's not true. Time is always flowing, time is always moving, and as individuals and as a collective, we are all learning lessons and cycles at our own paces. We can only operate from the current level of consciousness that we are at based on our unique individual experiences that we have moved through in this lifetime. And we have all experienced many different unique ways, from our upbringing to the things we're interested in, to the jobs, to the people, the relationships that we connect with, the things that we receive, the things that we don't receive. It is all different. It is all unique. Nobody is ahead. Nobody is behind. You are right on time and right where you're meant to be. And that is enough. It really, really is. So embody that knowing. And know that it's okay. And if you need to express any emotional energy as you're working through these beliefs that you have taken on, allow yourself to express those emotions, whether you identify with being masculine or feminine. Okay. I'm really getting a message to speak to those who identify with being more masculine, who are men. It's okay to cry. We need you to cry, okay? We need our men, we need our masculine beings to express tears, because for too long they have been holding them in. And crying is a way that our body processes and releases energy. And if you don't allow your body to cry and to release that energy when it needs to, it gets stuck in your body, and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And that's when this frustration, that's when this struggle, this inability to see the light, this inability to see things from a space of love comes in. And so if you are feeling overwhelmed with this emotional energy, allow it to flow through you through those tears. And if you need help or a safe space to do so, seek out that safety from your loved ones. Okay, or from like, maybe some of you may want to see like spiritual guides or therapists, something like that to help you work through that energy so you can release it from your being. Okay, so that was a very specific message coming in, but take it as it resonates, take it as it applies to you, my loves. So the other message I'm getting is with this let love be your beacon here. Even though there is no rush, even though this says make a decision, I'm really feeling called that these two cards are connected here, where it's like there is no rush to making a decision. You don't have to make this decision right now, especially as definites. Like you don't have to make a decision as something that's definite, something that's permanent. Right now in this moment, you have time. And know that if you do make a decision and then in a few days, few weeks, few months, you change your mind, it's okay to make a new decision. Okay. But in relation to all aspects into what you're working through right now in this situation, Spirit is asking you to let love be your guide, to try your best to continuously return to love and really ask yourself, what would love do in this moment? What would love do in this moment? What would you do if you were love? What would you do if you were offering yourself love? What would you do if your friend came to you and they expressed to you everything that you're going through right now? How would you show them love and kindness and generosity? And can you give that love, kindness, and generosity back to yourself? And I just keep hearing it's okay to take your time. Take your time. There is no rush. There is no rush, especially when you're getting grounded and rooted in new belief system, new ways of being, new physical journeys, new mental journeys, new creative journeys, new pursuits overall. There is no rush. You're getting grounded. You're establishing a new foundation. It's going to take time. Spirit's bringing in the example of moving. When you have to move somewhere new, it takes time. Sure, we can rush through it. If need be, we can really rush through it. But oftentimes when you're moving somewhere, it takes time. You have to, go through all the things that you have in your current place that you live at. You have to go through all your things, throw out what you don't want, what you're not going to bring with you. Maybe give away some things that you just don't want to take with you, but they're still viable for other people to use. Then you have to get the boxes, get the packing tape, get all the things that you need to pack the things away for safe traveling. Then put it all in the boxes, make sure it's all safe and secure. Then you have to work by cleaning out the house. There's all these steps, and that can take a couple days, a week. It depends how much stuff you have, how big your home is. It can take a while to get through that process. Then maybe even a little bit before, you have to decide where you want to live. You have to make that decision, and you don't want to make a rushed decision, because you want to make sure that where you're moving to, it's safe, secure, you like the community, you like the home, everything in the home is working for you. You want to meet the people that maybe you're renting from or the people that you're buying from and just get a vibe off of them and see if you can really trust what it is that they're selling to you or what you're going to be renting from them, and if they're going to work with you if things break down. So you have to do a lot of research. You have to put a lot of thought into it. It's not something that you want to rush into. And then once you finally get yourself into that space, then you have to take time getting familiar with the space, deciding where you're going to put all your things, opening up all the boxes, yada, yada, yada. You know the process of moving, but it takes a while and there is no rush. Okay, and just like in the process of moving, when you're trying to locate somewhere new, you're building new foundations, new connections, getting familiar with the new home, getting familiar with the community, with the environment that you're now a part of. And so it's like you are also in that journey right now. But I am seeing that some of you, this new journey that you are embarking upon, it may be allowing this energy of like seeing it as a challenge to come in, because it's something that you were not expecting to have to go through. And so just take your time with it and know that it's okay that you weren't expecting this to happen, but it is happening for your highest good, and it's happening to bring you back to yourself and back to a space of love, and to also show you that you are enough and that you are worthy of receiving the things that you desire. Even if for some of you, I'm feeling it may seem like this pivot here, this change, it seems like you're going backwards a little bit. It's okay to go backwards a little bit. Sometimes we have to go backwards in order to be propelled forward, just like the slingshot, okay? So don't look at it as going backwards, but it's more of just reestablishing your roots in a new space and getting familiar with something that's new. It doesn't mean that you're falling behind. It doesn't mean that you are behind. It just means that there is new energy trying to come in, new connections that are trying to be made. So do your best to see this experience through the lens of love, through the lens of positivity, and just know that this is happening for your highest good and the highest good of all people that are connected. I am really, really seeing that. In a few months' time, you're going to have a completely new outlook, completely new perspective on this situation, on this experience. Okay, right now you're just really in the thick of it. You're in the energy of that change. Yeah, just like the diamond, we can't make diamonds without pressure. You are getting ready to be birthed into a diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Yes, blessings are coming forth out of this situation. It is going to be worth it, even if it doesn't feel worth it right now. There we go. You got a month card there. Okay, so these are the Tea Leaf Oracle cards. So let's see what we have here. Kite. We have vacation. Okay, we have vacation. Broken wishbone. A wish will not be granted. Okay. Don't fret when you see these cards. Some of these cards are a little bit abrupt, but I will interpret them, so don't fret on that one. And then we have December. I was thinking we might see December in your reading. Okay, so I'm really drawn that we have two D's here. So somebody whose name starts with a D, maybe the name Diamond or December. I know some people have really unique names. So the name Diamond or December may be significant to somebody, but also just somebody's name who starts with a D. Maybe like Diana, Diane, Damien. Yeah, those are the names coming through. So Diana, Diane, or Damien, and then also maybe Diamond or December could be significant to somebody as a name. But I did say in a couple months' time, things will be shifting. You will be looking at the situation from a completely new lens, completely new perspective, the lens and perspective that we're trying to get you to, and then some. So this will come in by December. Okay, so within 6 months' time. But for some of you, 3 months' time. It's like 3 to 6 months' time is what I'm seeing. Okay. Now with this broken wishbone card, what I'm seeing here, it's not that a wish will not be granted. It's just that what I'm seeing is that things are not happening how you envision them to happen. Okay, life is lifing. The universe is taking you through these pivots, taking you through these reroutes to get you to the spaces that you need to be at in order to receive what it is that you're wanting to receive and what you're meant to receive. Okay, so I'm seeing too here that you may not be allowing yourself to be honest with yourself about what it is that you really want. It's almost like what I talked about with the conditioned beliefs here, where maybe you have these conditioned beliefs that somebody else has implicated on you, or just beliefs that you have taken on and accepted as truth, but they are not your soul's truths. And so the universe keeps taking you through these reroutes, keeps taking you through these pivots, keeps taking you through these experiences that you're labeling as challenging or struggle to try to wake you up to the truth of what you actually want to be experiencing, because you're not being honest with yourself about what you actually want to be experiencing. And that's again why they're telling you not to rush on making these decisions when it comes to these new opportunities that are being presented to you, because they really want you to ask yourself, is this what you really want on a soul level? Is this what's actually going to provide you with love on a soul level, on a core level? Or is this just going to provide you with love on a surface level, or with like the surface level satisfaction? You know, it's almost like the grass is always greener type of energy. Like you keep thinking that you want all these things because you see other people have it, and maybe they appear to be happy that they have it, but then you get it and you realize it's not all diamonds and roses. You know, it's like it's a struggle. You have to work really hard to maintain it, or you have to do things that you just don't really enjoy doing. And so that's why you may keep finding yourself through these roadblocks and these pivots. But it's because it's trying to wake you up, awaken you to the root of your truth, where you're holding on to beliefs that are not yours to hold on, and also trying to guide you to accessing the truth of what you really want, what you really desire. Okay, and so we have this vacation card here, which pairs perfectly with the pause card here, because you're needing to pause, you're needing to zoom out and look at this perspective as a whole, and not looking at it so up close and focusing on the lack, and really focusing on the abundance, the magic, the possibility that is being gifted to you in this moment, to allow yourself to pivot towards the things that you actually want. All right, loves, let's go ahead and pull your last card now. So I'm going to pull one last card from this deck here. This is the Animal Messages Oracle deck. And so for all these readings, I am pulling an animal messenger guide to help you to work through and integrate these messages that we talked about in your reading today. So let's see what your animal guide is. Let's see if it wants to come out. She is. Let's see. Wow, we have Bear. This came out, I believe, in pile 2's reading. So interesting. We have Bear. Nurture creativity and return to the sweetness of life. Nurture creativity and return to the sweetness of life. Yes, some of you are meant to be artists. Some of you really want to be an artist, and you're not allowing yourself to express that to yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be honest with that, like with yourself about that. And then of course, because you're not being honest with yourself about really wanting to pursue that, you're not being honest with others in the world around you. But the universe knows, and your soul knows, and that's why these pivots and these blocks and these challenges keep happening, because on a soul level, you know that you are a creative divine being. The Empress is the card of creativity. And when you allow yourself to access your divine creativity and the truth of what you're meant to be embodying and expressing, and what you truly believe you are capable of, that's when the magic and the abundance and the safety and the security can flood forth. When you assure to yourself that you are enough just as you are, creating and expressing what you're meant to create and express in this lifetime. The Empress is all about magic and abundance, because she allows herself to create fluidly and truthfully. So your message is to nurture your creativity, to allow yourself to return to love and to the sweetness of life. And so how can you do that in this moment? And I love this message came up too, because I'm actually listening to a book right now, so I'm going to share this. It's actually perfect if you resonate with being an artist or wanting to be an artist. And some of you are still resisting that. Even as I say that, I can feel the resistance there, but it is like tickling your intuition. It's like, yes, you know you're an artist. You always wanted to be an artist. And an artist can be in any shape or form. It doesn't have to be just like the traditional artists that we see, like painting or drawing. Maybe you create things with like felt, or maybe you create dolls, or maybe you write, or maybe you create poetry, or maybe you create digital art. Maybe you create something really unique, maybe jewelry or clothes. Maybe you create like little outfits for pets, for animals. Maybe you build things, maybe you're like more of like an artist that's like an architect too. And you really like to build things, all things that are like creative expression, inventions, that is being an artist. And there is a part of you that wants to allow yourself to access that creativity that is stored within you. And so if you feel called to, I'm really being guided to share this book that I'm listening to. It is called We Need Your Art, and it's such a powerful book. I'm listening to it on audiobook right now, and it's a brand new book that just came out. So if you remind me, I will put the name of it in the caption below or in the comments below. So remind me, and I'll share the title of it and the author's name in there as well. But it's called We Need Your Art, and I believe it's by Amy McNee, but it's such a powerful book, and this like not sponsored in any way. I'm just listening to it, and we have the messages about artists coming up here, and it's a beautiful, powerful book for people who struggle with sharing their art, or even just allowing themselves to get into the practice of creating their art every single day. And it's so simple, the messages that she shares in it, that it makes it like so easy to follow and to practice. Okay, and so if you feel called to, if you feel like you're an artist and you're struggling to allow yourself to access and tap into that creativity, but it's something that you really want to pursue, you know deep down on a core soul level this is something you're meant to pursue, I definitely recommend checking out that book. Okay, loves, let's see if any last messages come through with this bear card too. I do feel one last message coming through with this is the message around bears hibernating. And I feel like you have been in a hibernation phase for quite some time, where you've been keeping these truths, keeping these ideas that are flowing into your mind, flowing into your body, to yourself for quite some time. And you are getting to a point where you can no longer keep it stored within, just like I talked about with the overflowing emotions. There's so much energy that's stored within you that is ready to be released and to be expressed for yourself first and foremost, but also just to really be seen and to be recognized and to be held in your external environments, your relationships, your environments, your communities. So it's time to start speaking and expressing the truth that is stored within, and allow love to be your guide through this experience. So if you feel called to, you can call upon bear medicine, bear energy, to help you work through and integrate all the messages that we talked about in your reading today. And also, one last practice, go outside and ground your feet in the earth. And don't forget to recite those affirmations and transmute them into more positive energies of what you're actually wanting to experience. All right, my loves, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up, and know that I am offering personal readings at this time. I'm still working on getting my website up so soon. I'm so excited. But until then, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, and I do have links in the description box down below. All right, pile 3, I thank you so much, and I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, bye, loves. Hello, loves. Welcome into your reading to those of you who chose pile 4. So if you chose pile 4, you selected the water element number 40, or sensing, or you selected this gorgeous Larimar tumbled stone, one of my favorites. All right, love, so we're going to get started by pulling your tarot cards first. So we're going to set this to the side. And for your reading today, we are using the Tarot of the Divine. All right, love, so while I am shuffling, I invite you to take a moment to pause and to get aligned and centered with yourself. So if you feel called to, you can do some deep intuitive breathing just by taking a deep breath in and letting it out. Breathe in and let it out. And just continue doing that as often as you feel called to until you feel aligned and centered. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask, or anything that's going on in your life that you would like to set intentions for, go ahead and take a moment to set those intentions and ask those questions quietly to yourself now, and trust that you will receive the answer in the divine's perfect timing. All right, loves, and while you're listening to this reading, even though this is a pick a card reading, so the messages will be a little bit more specific, just know that this is also a public reading, so not everything may resonate. So just take what resonates and don't force things to fit where they don't fit. Just move along to the next message that does resonate with you. And in this reading, and in all situations in life, trust your intuition first and foremost, above all. Okay, loves. Okay, you have an extra card here. So before we get started revealing the tarot cards, I did want to talk a little bit about the energy of the water element, since you chose the water element. Okay, so water is an energy that represents the emotions, your emotional body. So for this reading, it could be connected to emotions in some way. There's also this energy of like flow coming in. Okay, so maybe things have felt a little stuck, a little stagnant, and now things are going to start flowing again very soon. I'm also filming this as we are entering into Cancer season, which is ruled by the water element. So you may also be experiencing some of that energy, or you may be connected to the energy of the sign Cancer. It could be your sun, moon, or rising sign. You may also be connected to the other water signs, Pisces or Scorpio. And I didn't deliver that message for all the elements, but that is coming through very strongly for you. Of course, water signs are always very attracted to the water element, so if you're a water sign, that could resonate with you. This reading may also be connected to relationships, and so the relationship that you are asking about could also have water sign placements as well. That's coming through very strongly. Something about the element of water and the connection it has to the astrology signs as well, which I did not intend to share that in these readings. These are very much pick a card readings based on what you're drawn to and not really what element rules your astrology signs. So that is just coming through strongly as confirmation for somebody who is drawn to the water element sign though. But yes, water is about the emotions, fluidity, and we also use water terms to describe money and finances and our relationship to abundance. Okay, so somebody could also be asking about finances, money, or even career and abundance as well. But let's go ahead and get into it and let's see what our tarot cards reveal to us today. So we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Okay, we also have the Five of Swords. All right, we've got some swords energy here coming through. Three of Coins. And these last two here, we have Four of Coins and the World. Yes, okay. So yes, something is coming to a close. Let me see. I only drew 4 tarot, but you have an extra one, so let's make some room. So yes, so something is coming to a close for you. Something that has felt like a mental and emotional struggle. Okay, there's something that has been very heavy on your mind, something that you have been seeking some type of redemption around too. And this energy has been manifesting outwardly into the physical, where like it could be connected to money and finances, but also like your sense of security. So I feel that things have been very heavy mentally and emotionally, and because you have been so caught up in that energy of just wondering why things are not working out the way that you are wanting them to, or you're just like you're not receiving the things that you want to receive, this is starting to manifest in the physical, or it had been starting to manifest in the physical, even though you have had the support of what you have been asking for on some level. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. So this is very much speaking to like almost the energy of manifestation and trying to make something work, trying to receive something, trying to get out of something. But it's like it hasn't been working, or you haven't been allowing yourself to see how it has been working. Okay, so the examples that I'm getting is, say you're trying to manifest or receive your dream house, and you have very specific details as to what you want your dream house to have in it. But all the meanwhile, you currently live in a house and you're losing sight of that. Okay, so it's like, so say, you, and I'm going to keep this very, very surface level, but say you're imagining you want your dream house to have a kitchen, a bathroom, maybe you want it to have like a pool, and maybe you want it to have, a fence around it, or a specific door, safety features, things like that. But you're so focused on how you don't have those details of what you're envisioning that you've been missing sight of how you have those details already. So say you're trying to manifest your dream house with all these things, but meanwhile, maybe you live in a smaller house that does have a kitchen. Maybe you live in like a community, like a apartment complex, and even though you don't have your own private pool, that apartment complex has a pool for you to have access to. It has a kitchen in it. It has safety features in it. It has the things that you're wanting to manifest. It's just in a different way than what you're wanting to experience it as. And this energy shift around you not recognizing where you have the things of what you've been wanting to manifest and call in is what's really delaying you from receiving and experiencing the manifestations, the achievements, the connections of what you're trying to call in, okay? So another example coming through in relation to that as well is relationships. So maybe you're trying to call in a romantic partner and you're really focusing on all the ways in which you want to be loved by this individual in a romantic way. But you're losing sight of all the relationships that you currently have in your life. Maybe they're not romantic in a sense. Maybe they're more friendship-based, platonic. Maybe they're more professional with your coworkers, but there's still this energy of love and support that they are providing to you, but you're losing sight of how they are providing that love to you because you're so focused on how you don't have that love in this one specific relationship that you're trying to call in and align with, okay? So Spirit really wants you to shift your focus from where you like they know what you want. The universe knows what you want. Your spirit team knows what you want. Your higher self knows what you want. And you know what you want, okay? But they want you to kind of pull your focus away from that and focus on the things that you do have that are kind of providing that small, minuscule sense of satisfaction in relation to what you are calling in. So a gratitude practice is heavily being recommended for you at this time, pile 4, because this will help you to recognize and see where you have the support, where you have the things that you're trying to call in your life already. Even if it's not meeting the infinite little details of exactly what you want, you do already have those things in some way, in some aspect, in some form. And it's time that you start recognizing that and appreciating that, because when you start to appreciate it, then it will grow, then it will flourish into even more, which that even more is what you're trying to align to and call in. But you have to be able to appreciate and show gratitude and reflection for where you're at right now, okay? And this will help, that practice will help to close out the cycle of all that energy that you've been allowing yourself to get caught up in on a mental and emotional level of not thinking that you don't have enough, because you have everything that you're trying to receive already. It's just not quite yet at that, imaginary level, illusionary level that you're wanting it to be at just yet. But this 4 of coins, this is that energy of already having everything that you desire and require and wanting to call in. You're just getting so focused on like where you don't have those things. But they're already available to you, and it's time to kind of reflect on what is available to you, what already exists in your environment. And like I said, it will close out that energy of the 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords energy, feeling trapped, feeling unable to move on, feeling unable to grow and to flourish into even more prosperity, abundance, and love. Okay, loves, let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards now. So I'm going to pull from this deck here. This is the Nature's Whispers deck. Your message is very clear, very straightforward here. So we're going to start pulling your oracle cards now. So I am a little drawn to this wolf here, and then it kind of has like a dinosaur shadow there, or some kind of, maybe a person, maybe that's like a person. They just have like sharp teeth. So things may not be what they seem, and I feel that that's like the energy that you're in, where it's like you keep thinking you don't have it, but you do already have it. You already have it. It's already in your vicinity. It's already in your environment. It's already in your energy field. You just have to allow yourself to see it for what it is and not what you're wanting it to be. Okay, we have 42. Let love be your beacon. This just came out in pile 3's reading, the earth element. 42. Let love be your beacon. And then we have 37. Ideal course of action. Oh, look at that iguana there. So the flamingo's polar bear lion symbolism here. Lots of animal symbolism I was drawn to on that card. Also the dandelions. And then we have 30, adventure. 30 with adventure. Okay. Let's see what's coming through here. Okay, loves, with these oracle cards, I'm feeling that again, it's this energy of thinking that something is not working out the way you're wanting it to work out. But it is working out the way you're wanting it to work out. It's just that the path that you're taking to get there and to allow yourself to see that is where the confusion is coming in. Like it's like this energy of you're making it harder than it has to be. It's almost like, I'm getting this example where it's like somebody pulls you to the side and they say, hey, what if I can make your dreams come true? I can give you this thing, and it's like exactly what you're wanting. But then you tell them, no, I have the path as to how I'm going to get there, so I'm going to take that path instead, even though that path is going to take like, 2 to 3 years of school and starting out as an apprentice, and then putting in the work, putting in the effort, struggling to make ends meet. It's a much harder path, but then there's just somebody right there walking in, into your home, into your studies, whatever it is, like into your place of work, and they're just saying, hey, I see all this amazing work you're doing. Come work for me. Jump over all those steps of having to go to school, having to put in your time and effort, as an apprentice, all these things, and just jump right into being the boss, into being the artist, into being the star, whatever it is. And you're just like, no, I'm good. I have this path that I'm on, and I need to stay on this path. So it's almost like you're being given a shortcut, but you're not allowing yourself to see that shortcut. Because you're so focused on your 2-year, 3-year, 5-year plan that you have laid out for yourself. And it's like the universe sees that plan that you've laid out for yourself, and they see how hard you've been working to get yourself through that plan and through that timeline. But they're trying to, what's the word? I don't know the word, but they're trying to pull that energy all in at once and just make you time jump, like quantum leap, really, like this quantum leap energy where you can just leap right into the destination of what's at the end of your 5-year plan. Like, you don't have to go through the 5-year plan. You can just jump to the destination of what you are hoping to achieve and receive at the end of that 5 years. But you keep allowing yourself to really focus on the struggle and where things aren't going right, or just where you don't have those things yet, even though they all already exist in your direct environment, in your physical manifestations, in your connections and relationships. Very interesting energy. Let me pull a couple more cards because this message is a little convoluted and I just want to get some clarity on this. So let's see. What else do we need to know about this? Let me pull one more tarot. Okay. 2 more. Let's just see here. 8 of Swords. Page of Coins. We also have the Chariot. There's the water signs again. And then we have the Hanged Man. Yeah. You're the only one keeping yourself stuck. Pile 4, because you're like so hyper focused on this ideal course of action and like putting in the work, putting in the time, thinking that this is the only way to get there, when there's many different paths as to how you can get there. And I see that there's other people in your life that are trying to show you other avenues as to how you can get there, and they're even trying to offer you the path forward with like blessings, opportunities, maybe financial support. Maybe they're going to like provide you with housing, maybe they're going to provide you with a new office, maybe they're going to provide you with like licensing, whatever it is. Maybe they're just going to offer you the love that you're seeking, like the relationship aspect that we talked about, where you can just focus on your relationship and tend to things in your immediate environment, your home life, your relationships. You don't have to work. You don't have to do things as hard as you're doing them. You could take time off. There's like people around you that are trying to help you get to where you're wanting to go much quicker than how you're getting yourself there. Okay, so what I'm also seeing in relation to that is there could be some systemic or societal beliefs and conditioned beliefs that you are holding on to that are preventing yourself from allowing yourself to see the love, to see the truth of the path forward and exactly how you can receive what it is that you're desiring. So there could also be this energy of internal confusion or internal turmoil where you may not really be allowing yourself to be honest with yourself about what it is that you really want, and you may have like taken on these societal beliefs that you have to want these specific things, but you, on a soul level, you want something completely different. And the universe and the relationships around you, your communities around you, they on a soul level know what it is that you want, like your soul family, your soul connected, and they already know what it is that you want, and they're trying to help you receive those things. It's just that there's like this energy of you really needing to pull yourself out of this energy. Like I'm really hearing that saying, like pull your head out of your butt and see the truth of what it is that you actually want, and see that it's already being gifted to you in very beautiful, very prosperous, very abundant, very loving ways. And you don't have to do anything to get yourself there, because you already have it. You already have it. It's just a matter, the only thing you have to do to get yourself there is to shift your perspective, which is what the Hangman is all about. Just shifting your perspective and you'll get yourself out of it. So with that being said, pile 4, we have this adventure card here. So some of you may need to take an adventure. You need to take a day off of whatever it is that you're focusing on, whatever it is that you're hyper focusing on, and do something just for fun. Do something just because it invites you to restore this energy of love, fun, and playfulness back into yourself. And this will help you to kind of bring your focus away from the struggles, away from the desire to manifest these things that you think you don't have, that you already have. And it will help you to see exactly how you already have these things and how you don't have to try so hard to receive them, because they already exist in your direct reality. Wow, this is a really beautiful, very powerful message, pile 4. So thank you so much for allowing me to share these messages with you. I know it's been a little, like some of the messages have been a little convoluted there, a little mysterious, a little coded, but that is part of the reading game, of course. And so, of course, I always set the intention that, the receiver, the seeker will understand the messages that I'm delivering to. Okay, so these are tea leaf oracle cards, and your first one is goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yeah, so you're getting an increase in your energetic, vitality, sense of vitality. You're ascending in some way on a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual level, which will naturally elevate and ascend you on a physical level as well, which includes that energy of wealth and the things that you're trying to manifest. Those things will come in naturally. They'll come in more fluidly. So you also have pale, time to get out of a situation, time to get out of these mental blocks, these mental struggles, these mental boxes that you keep putting yourself in. We also have pineapple, reconciliation. Reconcile with the truth of what actually is. Reconcile with the truth of what actually is. Reconcile with yourself. Admit to yourself exactly. There you go again, getting an extra card pile for. Let's see what we have here. We have bird flying. News is on the way. News is on the way. Let's see if we can make room for these here. News is on the way. And then we have dog close up. Pleasure with a close friend. Yes. Yes. So you have so much positivity. Like this positivity, it's not even that it's not even about that it's coming in. It's that it's already here. You're the only one that's not seeing it in a positive light. You're the only one that's saying this isn't enough or this isn't what I asked for, when it's exactly what you asked for. It's just revealing itself to you in a different light, in a different way. Okay, so when we do manifestation practices, it's always advised, well, sometimes it depends who your manifestation teachers are, but when we do manifestation practices, you can be very, very detailed with what you want, but when you get very, very detailed and hyper focused on those details, you create mental and emotional blocks around allowing yourself to receive those things. And I think that's what's been happening here, is you have been so hyper focused on those infinite, minuscule details that things are not perfect. Okay, so perfectionism is coming in here as well. This could also be connected to something that you're trying to create, something you're trying to curate, or again, call in, and you keep telling yourself that it's not perfect enough, it's not good enough, or it's just not enough, it's not exactly what you envisioned it to be. But when you do that, you allow yourself to miss out on the joy, on the fun, on the positivity of what's really being offered to you, which is exactly what you asked for. It's like asking to receive a beautiful yellow dress, and instead of getting the yellow dress, you get a beautiful pink dress, and then getting really upset because it's not yellow. But it's still a beautiful dress. It still makes you feel good. It still makes you feel vibrant when you wear it. It's just not the color yellow, and it's like, is that such a big deal? Is that something to get really down and negative about? Or can you let go of the fact that it's not that exact color that you were calling in, and still put on this dress that's still gorgeous, still lights you up, still makes you feel good, and go out and have a good time? It's something like that. It's something like so small that you're focusing on and allowing yourself to get really upset about, because it's like this perfectionism energy. And so it's time to come into this energy of reconciliation with yourself and with your manifestations, your creations, your work, your relationships, and let go of all that nonsense and get yourself out of that energy and just start focusing on the positive energy and focusing on what you do have, and allowing yourself to appreciate it and look at it with fun, look at it with joy, look at it as something to be experienced, to be received, and to be held in the energy of love, and it's going to love you back. And then when you allow yourself to start appreciating these things that don't exactly match what you are envisioning, that's when your manifestation abilities and your creative abilities, your work ethic, whatever it is that you're calling in and creating and dedicating your time and energy to, that's when it's going to elevate even more so. And then the next few times that you're trying to manifest something, it will line up perfectly. It's just like, it's almost like this energy, this message is coming in now, where sometimes the universe can sort of not test us a bit, but really show us the power of your manifesting abilities, or the power of like when you're trying to create something or put in work on something, and when you allow yourself to just surrender it and not have like this definite infinite control over exactly how it has to be, so you can just get really familiar and comfortable with learning how to work with the universe and work with your manifestation abilities, or learning how your work style or creative style flows in and out. So just give yourself grace, give yourself time, and bring yourself back into focusing on where things are working out, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not exact, and just let loose a little and just have fun and accept where you're at and accept what you have, and give appreciation and gratitude for those things with love, with fun, with joy, with pleasure, with play, with a sense of play. It's almost like I'm also seeing this example of like children, when children ask for something, maybe they'll say like, oh, I really want the blue one, and then they don't get the blue one, and so they throw a little tantrum about it, but then 2 seconds later they're over it and they're playing with the purple one and they're fine with it. They accept that that's what they have and that's what they play with, that's what they enjoy. So embody that energy a little bit, throw your fit, let it out, let it go, and then just enjoy what it is that you do have and show appreciation and gratitude for it by embracing it, accepting it, and enjoying it. Okay, love, so we are going to draw one last card for you all from this deck here. This is the Animal Messages Oracle deck. And these are just cards that have animal symbols on them, animal guides. So I'm drawing one animal guide for all the piles today. So you can choose to work with this animal medicine energy to help you while you work through and integrate the messages that came through in your reading today. Okay, so let's see, what is pile 4's animal guide? Let's see what we have for you, love. Okay, we have bison. Recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. Yes, this is so perfect. Nowhere in here does it say future. Let go of focusing on the future and start recognizing the riches of your past that are now manifested in this present moment. You once wanted everything you have now. You were once trying to manifest it, trying to receive it, and now you have it all now. Isn't that amazing? Your past self would be looking at you right now saying, wow, why are they trying so hard to get out of the spaces that they're in? We once strived and cried and worked so hard to get there. Why aren't they just enjoying it and embodying it and accepting it and loving it? And then once you allow yourself to do that, you will be able to move into those spaces of the future manifestations, the future achievements that you're trying to connect with and receive with so much gratitude, so much love, and so much peace. So recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. I also want to say bison. I believe they are very familial animals. They travel together in herds. And sometimes they do have wandering individuals. But I'm really drawn to the message about their family units. So also Spirit saying maybe opening up to your family units, maybe to a close friend, your family members, maybe a close friend, your loved ones, about what it is that you're experiencing, just to help you release some of that energy that you've been really attaching to, and also just asking them to help you bring your focus back to the present moment if you tend to kind of continuously wander into that energy of not seeing what you don't have right now in the present moment, and just asking them to call your presence back or call your energy back into this present moment with more gratitude, acceptance, and recognition. So if you feel called to pile 4, you can call upon bison medicine. I'm also feeling called to say to look up messages around bison energy, because there may be more guidance on this animal guide for you. Actually, let me see. Oh, I don't have the book with me. Let me get the book. I feel like we need to read it real quick. Okay, loves, I have the book, so we're gonna read right here. And this one I had to flip through the whole book to get there. It's on the last page. So this says, monolithic bison, ancient, magnificent, wild lord of the grassland prairies, embodies strength and endurance. Unchanging bison has flourished where other mammals have become extinct, and counsels that you too draw upon the riches of the past. Look into your family tree to discover your unique cultural heritage. transmute the old and seemingly worthless to a vibrant new form, or study to rediscover fabulous lost processes or wisdom. The time for abundance is coming, but you must be prepared to recognize its gifts. Yes, beautiful, beautiful message there from the bison. So again, connect with your family line, your ancestral line, as well as being highlighted. So maybe reaching out and connecting with your loved ones and asking them about your ancestry and the experiences that they went through in relation to what you're experiencing right now, where you're not able to see the light of the current situation that you're in, where you're struggling to see the manifestations or just the success or the positivity in your journey, could be very much connected to something that your own ancestors went through as well. So it could be an ancestral wound that you are working on bringing healing to at this time, and you're transmuting it into one of like returning it back to love, back to truth, back to divine wisdom. And then the other message that's coming in again is that abundance is coming, but you must be prepared to recognize its gifts. I was very drawn to that line because everything that you're trying to manifest and receive, I see that it's already directly in your energy field. It's already there for you to latch on and to accept and to invite into your space, but it's not making its way to you because you're not recognizing where you already have abundance in your life. And so you really need to kind of zoom out of what you don't have, like stop focusing on what you don't have and recognize exactly what you do have. Okay, loves. But again, if you feel called to look up more guidance on bison energy, bison medicine, you may want to do that. I love to read the guidance on whatismyspiritanimal.com. It's a great resource. They have so much information on there about the different animal guides, animal medicines that are available to us. So if you feel called to, you may want to read up on that as well. And you can also do a meditation. Maybe you have bison that live near you. Go out, sit with them, meditate with them, make sure that you're being safe, though you're giving them distance, giving yourself distance and safety, but just being in their, in their vicinity will help you to also access those codes of wisdoms and receive their healing wisdom and medicine that they have to offer. But that is it for your reading today, Pile 4. And again, I thank you so much. These were a really beautiful message to receive and deliver for you. So thank you so much to those of you who chose the water element today. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. And I also want to share with you all that I am booking personal readings right now. I'm still working on getting my website up. It's so close. I'm so excited to share it. But until then, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, and we can set up a private reading for you that way, loves. Or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com as well. And I have the links in the description box down below. All right, loves, I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, bye, loves.